My name is Elke. I'm an Earth observation expert. I work in the GDA program as a project manager for the GDA Clean Energy project. I work at IABG. We are an Earth observation expert and also engineering company. So we are testing some of the satellites as well before they go to space. When we address the international financial institutions, specifically the World Bank, in the context of clean energy, we recognize that the awareness of using Earth observation is often rare. So it's a certain part of curiosity coming with it. So everyone knows Google, everyone likes to look at the Earth from space, but they are not aware of the potential this data has, the amount of data which is available, open source data. So it's a certain curiosity, but also the question in the space. So is it something that we could benefit from? For the energy sector, especially the economists, is rather a lack of awareness what this data can support them with. So they are used to working with statistics, they are used to working with national timeline of numbers to administrative units. So they can really look at a specific asset, a specific road, at a specific power tower, power line. The GDA Clean Energy provides them with quite a lot of extra information, which they can link to assets, to lines, to potential locations for energy assets, which they can then directly link to investments, where they can have a look. So in certain regions, it costs more to invest, and in other regions we have perhaps a flood hazard, and somewhere else we have a landslide hazard. And so they are able also to better distinguish between the needs of certain regions in the countries they try to support with investments. So in Bangladesh, we have the problem that it's raining quite a lot. Most of the region is located in a flat terrain, so there's a lot of flooding. There is a lot of demand also on land by the population, which is growing. So if the bank is trying to organize or to optimize what's already there in energy infrastructure, so they need to know what maintenance means. So they go for kilometers of lines. They try to use certain corridors to look at, but we can help them to tell them, so in this specific corridor, you have a number of floodings over the last years. It took several months before it went away. And in another context, even though the area is larger and the kilometers are more, it's less risky. So it's less exposed to hazards. Another example goes into a different direction. It's a solar potential analysis. When they install larger plants, they should not get in conflict with other needs. So they are looking, for example, for floating solar in Java Island, for example. So here they also need to stick to certain regulations. They need to have a look at what can we do without disturbing local standards. They need to understand where to put it without interfering transport routes or local fisheries. We ran into situations where they really get provided information, subjective information from the users, from the local stakeholders, and it's really valuable to them to have a most recent and independent, objective point of view. We ourselves try to push forward raising this general understanding of Earth observations. So we are quite lucky also already being able to provide solutions, provide input with data which we are aware of. So sort of generic products, and we help them with combining these data sets. For us, we can already see that they communicate with each other. So new people are coming up. So the Earth observation, the word is spread. And this is something we try to focus on. We now try to focus on combining open Earth observation data, prepared products, updating them, combining them in a useful manner in order to support them. And I think for the clean energy sector, this is already quite something they have to deal with, and they have to think of how to implement this. The GDA program was very valuable for us. It was a very big benefit since Alex and the team of ESA were sort of opening doors. They were making the economists enter the dialogue, discussing Earth observation, even though they might not always have been convinced on whether this is something for them. We very soon went into honest dialogue without being seen as a consultant only. So it was also a dialogue where we, in an agile way, tried to develop things together. It is quite a challenge to understand what is going on behind the gates of World Bank, to understand the funding process, to understand who is able to make which decisions. So we didn't have much engagement with the World Bank before. Now we've learned quite a lot, so now we also ask questions differently. The timelines of the World Bank projects do not really correspond to the GDA project. But here ESA really feels very flexible, and it's a nice way of doing the best suitable solution.